Oh, here we go. What is going on? What is going on, YouTube? We are live. We are live. We are back in the building, and shout out to you. Y'all are with your boy again on another Friday. And I'm excited to be here because I got a good show for y'all as usual. What's going on? We got coming in hot in the building. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Make sure y'all follow my guy. This is blockchain for y'all who don't know. So make sure you follow my brother coming in hot. Also, do me a favor and hit the like button. As soon as you come in the door, hit the like button. Let everybody know your boy GMT is live. And I got a good show for y'all. So y'all stay tuned, lock in, tap in with your boy. And also, I also wanted to tell y'all we got some good updates this week. I should be dropping an episode of a follow-up of one of the couples who made it on Meet to Marry. Also, next week, we are dropping the reunion. So stay tuned for everything over here on Grown Men Talking, Meet to Marry. We got some fire for you. All right, y'all. All right. So we got some things to talk about. Y'all see the thumbnail. Is Kendra G cooked? The channel is crazy over there. And what's going on? It's like It's like this, right? Kendra G had made y'all saw what I did last week. She made a statement about male content creators taking her content, primarily talking about the women on her channel. I feel as if my personal opinion, there's a few guys that go over there to Kendra G, and it's interesting, right? You're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is crazy. For the most part, a lot of the guys go on there and they have some type of sense, right? For the most part, there's some crazy stuff that happened with the fellas as well. But sometimes with these ladies, though, it's off the chain, and it's worth talking about. I know I said I wasn't going to review much of Kendra G's content because of what she said, but I need content, so we're going to get active today. Do me a favor as y'all come in the door, hit the like button. My guy Adrian is in the building. Shout out to you. Let's get active in the chat, y'all. Let me know where you watching from. Say what up. Make sure y'all hit the like button, and we're going to get into it. Now, before I get into Kendra G, I have two topics that I wanted to talk about. I have two topics before the main event. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's go.
You guys know that every time we try to be girls, and we champion a woman for leaving her marriage unprovoked,
Baltimore,
or we celebrate a relationship ending, or we champion and cheer on a woman who plays a man publicly on the internet. Do you know what that does to your sister? We say we're girls, but we're really selfish, because anytime we champion rebellion against our men, it backfires on us. Men also watch the same videos that we put out, and they look at the comments of us going, yes, sis, you did that, eat that up, da 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 da, yeah, you should have left that marriage, happiness over everything. Y'all know that hurts your sister, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some women who do leave marriages for really specific reasons, but in totality, from what I've been seeing on the internet, a lot of it is just based off of happiness and being quote unquote miserable. There's a saying going.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know what our young sister over here is talking about with the gray streaks in her hair, and I kind of like that, I'm not going to hold you. For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, she's actually talking about women that celebrate divorces, that celebrate the breakup of marriages, to celebrate the mess up of the whole union of family. That's what she's talking about. So I'm going to continue.
Going around with men saying men will sacrifice their happiness for a marriage when women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness. And this narrative is spreading like wildfire to the point where men are being very anti-dating. I don't want to say this to discourage anyone, but I need my sisters to understand that the more we broadcast our downfalled relationships, the more you share a one-sided story about how your relationship was so trash, or how your marriage was so trash, or whatever the case may be, although you feel like you're venting and you're helping, you're not. You're actually...
Hold up. I'm going to pause that right there. Because I really like what she said, right? She said to share your one side of your marriage. How many people do that? Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Let me know in the comment section. Let's get active. How many people y'all know that do that? Men do it too, right? And usually at first, when you hear a breakup, there's absolutely no accountability on both sides. It's usually like, that person was wrong. That's it. But what happens when you start doing that is you're looking for people to have your side. You're right. You're trying to get people to agree with you, and not necessarily let people know that, hey, we had problems. No, it's always he had a problem, she had a problem. And that's what people do in breakups. But what happens is you start to create a culture of, one, lack of accountability, two, celebrating breakups and divorce. Men, after a while, and this is my observation of it, a lot of men that I know that went through a divorce, right? And honestly, y'all know, because me talking about it on these panels, I'm in my second marriage. And I could honestly say, for my first time when I was married, a lot of that part, I had a large part to play in why my first marriage didn't work, right? I had a large part to play in that. So I took accountability, stuff that me and my current wife talked about. But A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people try to almost, you know, get people on your side to make the other person look bad and what he didn't do and what she didn't do other than just keeping it a buck. So yeah, she had a good point. I like that she put that.
Harming the dating pool that's out there. You're actually harming your future prospects. It doesn't hit the way we think it hits. We trauma bond together. We hate the opposite side even more. It doesn't eat the way we think it eats. So if you care about your sister, if you're a girl's girl the way you say you are, you're a part of the sisterhood the way we say we are, be careful before you press record and you post that video. It might just need.
So I've been hearing that a lot. What is a girl's girl? Help me understand that, y'all. Someone in the chat, help me understand what is a girl's girl. Is that part of, like she said, the sisterhood thing? Does that mean that no matter what a girl does, she can't be wrong? I don't really understand what a girl's girl is, because I think that's a new term if I'm right, right? If I'm right. What up? Q is in the building. What up, fam? Good to see you over here. All right. Yep. He says the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? DP is in the building. Salute. Shout out to yo. So here we are with the sisterhood, right? My guy says, girl's girl, but y'all realize y'all doing each other more damage. We actually got women that's out here throwing divorce parties. Listen, a divorce should be similar to a death. It should be similar to a death in the family. Coming in hot. Girl's girl is a girl that makes excuses for other women's behavior and find whatever loophole in whatever accountability is trying to be forced on them. Yo, wild. I know what the sisterhood is, but then now, so it's pretty much, it works in tandem. You know what I'm saying? Like the sisterhood is, we got a code, and then the girl's girl is, I'm not going to hold you accountable for anything you do, which is a problem. For example, a girl cheats and the girl's girl will say, but you never know why she cheated. Maybe he was neglecting her. Yo, I can't tell you how much women I talk to that actually, I think every woman I talk to that ever said they had infidelity in their relationship, and it was with multiple women, it's always, well, she probably cheated for a reason. Anytime you hear a man cheat, never hear it was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? In addition to supporting bad behavior, right? All right. So that leads to a culture of lack of accountability. It leads to a culture of celebrating divorce parties, and then a whole family. And she was so right when she said this. She said, you know, a lot of the times you hear it, it's not off of infidelity. It's usually, yo, I'm not happy. I want to find happiness. Why can't? Here's the thing. I'm not with my wife because my wife solely makes me happy. That's ridiculous. If I put that much stock into happiness, then I wouldn't be married. Because the moment I felt upset, mad, sad, name an emotion, right? I'm done. Because I put my whole stock on, I need to be happy. And she's so true. She says something about, hold on, let me see if I can find that part again.
There's a saying going around with men saying men will sacrifice their happiness for a marriage when women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness.
Boom. How true is that statement, y'all? How true is that statement? I could care less about being happy. I'm not here to be happy. I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for respect. I'm here for all of that. I'm here for what I put my bond to God, between my wife, the church, and my family. I'm here for that. But happiness was never in the cards. Like I never made a vow saying, "Thou, I shall be happy for the rest of my days." And if I'm not, like, what? It doesn't work like that. I'm saying this to say that I want more people to start looking past the foolishness. Start putting more stock into what a marriage is about before you get married. Don't wait till you get married to figure out what marriage is supposed to be. You should be figuring that out before you get married, before you get a wife, before you make children. What is marriage supposed to be? The foundation of being together and building something as a unit. I'll figure that out before you try to say to yourself, like, yo, I want to get into a marriage because I'm happy. You make me happy, so I want to be with you forever. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If anybody want to contest that, let me know. We could talk about it. We could talk about it. But it's real. It's ridiculous to put all your stock in that. It's supposed to be a covenant, a bond, something that you made a commitment to that's supposed to be bigger than yourself. And that's what I see right now, right? Marriage no longer became something that's bigger than you because people have become more conceited and selfish in their ways. So it's all about how you feel. It's contingent on the whole family. You know, you get married, there's a reason why you have to have a witness. Usually your witnesses are your family. It's usually people as close to you because not only are you making a commitment between you, the state, the whatever, however, let's take away the state from this, just the bond of marriage alone. Marriage has always been that. So if you have a witness, you're basically saying to everyone involved that I'm signing this paper, right? And I'm not literally meaning paper. I'm signing this document between me, you, and God, and my family, and our children, and everything that we have moving forward in the future. That's what marriage has always been. But we put in so much stock into the feeling of yourself that it's nothing anymore. Right. DP said it, and you're making a covenant. You're making a covenant. Now, I think the problem, DP, is a lot of people don't know what a covenant actually is. So most people look at like the word covenant as, all right, this is a covenant that I can open up at any time. I can open it anytime and walk out of it. That's not how it goes. It's supposed to be your word. Like I said, I'm not much different than a lot of people, right? Because I saw y'all, this is my second marriage. So I've been divorced and I played my part in that divorce, right? But now that I'm older, which is, I believe as a man, you should wait. And that was my problem, not waiting until I knew better, until I grew better, until I found out more about myself. Because that's what men are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You build yourself up in order to take care of a family. And that's something that when you're young and you're indoctrinated in all this liberal garbage, you tend not to be that way. You tend to more think to yourself like, I want to do this because I feel it feels right. It feels good. Knowing it's not right, it's not good. And you can't even afford to do it as a man. Keep it a buck. I'm not saying you got to be a millionaire to have a family, but a rich mindset is what you need to have a family. An abundant mindset is what you need to have a family. And that's something that I lacked. I lacked that growing up. So it's something that I had to learn. So I said to myself, and I made it a plan and a mission that before I get married again, before I find a wife, that I was going to learn who I was. And I was going to build off of that. Because in no way on earth that I want to have a divorce with my wife. Oh, and my wife is in the chat. My wife is in the chat. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Dion. Anyway, she is in the building. She is in the building. And that's what men are supposed to do, right? We build ourselves up. We focus on our growth, and then we find a wife, and then we make that covenant, like DP said, right? Then we make that covenant to our women. But fellas, pay attention to the women that you vet. There's questions that I believe now in today's dating market that you guys got to ask that I didn't have to ask, because divorce parties weren't celebrated how many years ago when I got married, right? So you need to find out how strong in a belief system does your wife have when it pertains to covenant, when it pertains to God, when it pertains to family, right? You need to talk to her and find out before you ask her to marry you. Have you ever went to a friend's divorce party? If she did, don't be with her. Don't be with her. Right? If she celebrates family, be with her. There was something that, and I'm gonna talk about my wife since she's in the chat, right? There's something about my wife that she did that made me say to myself, like, yeah, she the one. Right. And what she did when her and I met each other and we were talking, she had some friends that was, going through stuff, divorces and stuff like that. But my wife was always the one to try to talk her friends out of it. She was never the one that tried to say, girl, if you're not happy, you need to leave. She was always the one that was telling her friends, yo, listen, marriage is bigger than you. Marriage is bigger than you. So, yeah, and DP, yeah, it's rough out in these streets, man. Divorce parties is a real thing. There's a lot of them, man, believe it or not. Almost every liberal woman today gets a divorce and has a divorce party. They celebrate it in clubs. For some reason, they got to be like, penis-shaped cakes involved. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. They get divorced and they be wilding. They be wilding. You know what I'm saying? DP say I'm single down. I feel you. It's rough. It's rough. That's why I say, DP, I would say don't give up the hope, man, because there's good women out there. Like, contrary to what the internet says, there's a lot of good. No, I didn't say peanut shade. I said, let me put it like this: the male part shape. There we go. We're gonna put it like that to be YouTube friendly. To be YouTube friendly. You know what I'm saying? There's always those type of shaped cakes involved. For some reason, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all just can't have a regular round cake. Y'all got to get a divorce and get a penis-shaped cake. Help me understand. Help me understand. What does that mean? What's the symbolism behind it? Okay, I'm getting a divorce. Do me a favor, y'all. Let me get 30 penis-shaped lollipops. Let me get 15 confetti, but in the shape of a penis. Like, what is this about? Like, what is the reason for this? Why y'all just can't get a divorce and shut up and go sit down? Yo, why y'all can't get a divorce and go sit down? That's the problem. That's the problem. Is that everybody wants to celebrate debauchery and foolishness, and we want to glorify the end of something. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating everything and really accomplishing nothing. Because anytime you celebrate a divorce, you're pretty much saying F God. We're not talking about a divorce where somebody may have put their hands on you, been putting their hands on you, excessive cheating, infidelity, bringing diseases home, wilding out on the kids. We're not talking about that stuff, right? We talking about the person that's choosing to divorce somebody because they're not happy. That's a different type of neglect for God. If you believe in God, right? Now we talking about those that believe in God, assuming that 95% of the Black community in the United States are Christians. So we're assuming that we're talking about those Christians that say they believe in God but celebrate divorce. My guy, world class, is in the building. What up? What up? What up? We are up, my guy. How you feeling, brother? So we talking about those. The ones that celebrate divorce, the one that celebrate and throw parties and, you know what I'm saying, get those penis-shaped sheep-shaped cakes. Those are the women. And guess what? There's something else that this young sister said as well. She said it. I ain't say it. She said the men are listening. So anytime you get on the internet and you create a TikTok talking about, I left my man because, yeah, I want to be happy. Oh, the fellas is listening. So you got guys like my guy DP in the chat who, and DP, by no means am I saying that you feel bitter about women, but you're paying attention to women as a wise man should. As a wise man should. You're paying attention to what women are saying. And if I see you celebrate you leaving the man in your life, or you are even attending your friends' parties because they're having a divorce, I wouldn't choose you. Why would a man choose a woman that's okay with that? That don't even make sense. Yeah, I agree. World Class he says they always celebrate dishonoring God. Right? Because that's their God. It's not the God. It's their God. That's why I sit down and I listen to a lot of people talk Christianity, and you could even go to some of these churches nowadays, and the pastors are telling you to get divorces. The pastors are saying, hey, if you want to leave, you can leave. I believe pastors do that for a monetary gain, right? Yo, women tend to spend way more money outside of relationships than they do inside of relationships. So yeah, you're going to get the pastor saying something along the lines of, leave. You're not happy. You're not happy. Break out. Leave your husband. The church is your husband. God is your husband. Think about that. Think about that. God was never made to be your husband. Jesus Christ was never supposed to be your husband. We are. We are. And that's it. That's it. That's it. My guy World Class says, he says, know what's crazy about them saying men are bitter about women? I thought bitter was a feeling and an emotion, and they are fine. Right. Right. Men are not bitter. You know what I'm saying? Men are just listening. And any logical man that chooses to date a woman who celebrates divorce is a problem. And I tell you, that was one of the reasons I picked my wife. And I say one of, I'm not saying the only, right? One of the reasons I picked my wife was because when her friends would talk about divorcing, not boyfriend, girlfriend, right? If my wife had a friend that had a boyfriend, they was like, yo, they're gonna break up. My wife be like, yo, don't let that stop you from finding your husband, right? We talking about when somebody was actually in a covenant. My wife was like, nah, whatever you going through is small compared to what you made a promise of. It's small. And I'll tell you, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'm making the right decision over here. This is going to be my wife. Because the last thing I wanted was a woman that celebrated any type of debauchery or foolishness like that. So, fellas, choose wisely, think twice before you are out in them streets making decisions on, picking a woman. And this is where we talk about vetting, right? How vetting is so important. And I'm speaking to y'all as a married man for all of these years. I've been with my wife for 15 years. So this is me talking to y'all as a married man that's been through some things. Pay attention to what women say when you're dating them. Pay attention. I don't think enough of us do that. I don't think women do it either. But I'm not talking to the women right now. I'm talking to my guys. Fellas, pay attention to what women say when you are in the dating process. If you listen to them, they tell on themselves. Everyone does it, men and women alike. If you listen to people long enough, you can hear exactly what they believe in. What makes you think what they believe in won't trickle down to you? Right. Our guy here says, I admit I didn't ask enough questions. And it's only until you get older and wiser where you understand, like, oh, questions is a key to success. If you ask anyone enough questions, if I sit down and I listen to anyone, I could either make peace or war with you just off of asking you the right questions. Then I could choose on the type of relationship that I want to build. Even when I meet some fellas to do business with, friends, people that I rock with, I make sure I ask questions. And I do the biggest thing is I make sure I listen. That's the biggest thing. Because you can ask questions and you don't listen to nothing. But I make sure that I not only ask questions, but when they answer, I'm actively listening. So this way I know now how I'm going to deal with this person, who this person is in my life, and how far I should make this person, take this ride on life with me. Friends, your wife, your girlfriend, listen. Actively listen to what people say, because you'll find out a lot. If people are showing you signs that they believe in certain things, believe them. Even if they're like, oh, well, I don't personally believe in divorce, but I agree with her divorce because she's not happy. Run. 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 Because what happens is this, right? Women tend to be very wolf pack minded. So if one believes that the divorce was valid, they tend to convince another woman that if they're not happy, that they can be just like them. And ladies, if y'all are listening, you know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying. Even if you're listening right now, right? Hive-minded, right? A hive mindset. Even if you're listening right now, ladies, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. You've all had friends where you've been with a guy. They've been with a guy. They broke up with the guy that they were with. You went and told that friend some issues that you were having, and they tried to convince you to leave because they left the guy that they were with because they weren't happy. There's an old saying of misery loves company. That old saying is a fact. Misery really does love company. So that's why I say, listen to your ladies. They'll tell you. And that's how you vet. That's how you vet. I hate the internet content out there that tries to say all women ain't whatever, all black women ain't whatever. It's never all. And I know y'all know that. I know y'all know that, and I know that. But what happens is it creates a culture of all. Call out the few, but just take accountability to say, am I vetting these women right? Am I asking enough questions? Q said it right there. Q said, I didn't ask enough questions. So, yeah, that's accountability. That means I didn't listen. I didn't pay attention to what what's going to happen to me in my future. And picking the wrong woman for a man could be the worst decision you make in your life. You could become a millionaire, lose $1 million, gain $1 million again. Cool. Make bad business deals, hang out with the wrong crowd, recover from all of that. Go to jail, come out, fix your life. Fix your life. Yo, my guy is in the building. Anton, what it do? Do me a favor, y'all. I don't know if this is your YouTube channel, if that's your YouTube channel or not, but if it is, do me a favor, go follow it. If not, my guy, please put the link for your channel inside the description. And I know you're real active on TikTok too. So let's get that going. So there we go. Casualness creates casualties. So true. So pay attention. Pay attention, y'all, to what's happening out there before you move. But let's get on to the next topic. All right, y'all. Got another young lady here where we're going to get into the main event just now. We're going to touch on Kendra G just now. I know y'all over here for that, right? We're going to touch on Kendra G just now, but I wanted to get these two slides out the way.
And I want to hear other people's thoughts. But men really do pay attention to other men's wives and how that wife conducts herself. I've been complimented so many times by other men, and the compliment is always referring back to my husband. Wow, your husband is blessed. The way you carry yourself, the way you resemble yourself is really a reflection of how the husband is and how masculine he is and how well kept the house is and how everything's in order.
I can't say that enough. What she's saying right now is facts. Facts. People think that only happens in high societies. No, it doesn't. It happens at the bottom. Think about it. If you saw a man walking with a woman, right, and that's his woman, but she was wearing a bonnet, missing a tooth, just all around no good. How would you feel about him, even if he carried himself as a well-to-do man? Would you want to do business with that man? Let's keep it real. Let's talk about this in the chat, y'all. Would you want to do business with a man that's dealing with a woman that's missing a tooth, walking around with a bonnet on? We're going to talk about a missing tooth on Kendra G coming up. But would you choose to deal with a man in any type of business venture if you saw that his wife was ghetto, loud, if she was controlling, if y'all sat somewhere and his wife was the loudest one in the room and he said nothing to her? He could not talk to her. He went to say, hey, could you please? No, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? I do what I want. She started waving her hands like that, right? She started catching ghosts out the sky, whatever she catching doing that. Would y'all rock? Would y'all do business with the dude? I'm telling you, I'm not. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is a clear reality. I wouldn't even respect that man. I would not respect that man. That man can't come around me. He can't talk. He can't even ask me for $1. I would not respect a man that chose a wife that he can't put under the wing and say, listen, you got to listen to me. I'm your husband. Calm down. Even if the man lets his wife walk outside, half her cheeks out, talking about she the trophy, she the prize, I won't respect that man. Let's keep it real. Oh, yeah, I know. Look, DP had absolutely no. I know Q is on his no. I already know my guy ain't doing it. The way a woman carries themselves, Wall Street is in the building. He says, y'all got the one star. All right. We're going to talk about her in a little bit, my guy. We're not there yet. And why is your profile picture got a little boy with a ski mask on? What's going on out here? All right? It's crazy. All right. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. So, but that's what I'm saying. So think about it. The woman that you choose actually matters. It actually
He has
matters.
everything in order. If you are loud and obnoxious and you talk over your man, or you belittle him in front of other people, or you just don't respect him in places where he's conducting himself with other men pay attention to that. And I think your man is craving that. I do. I think a lot of men are craving to be resembled well by you.
I'm going to pause it again. So she is so spot on. There was something that me and my wife was having a conversation about my son the other night. And I think it's a good learning lesson, right? You know, and I do understand where my wife was coming from about the way that my son was acting, and how my thought process was, I want to correct my son's behavior because I want other people to respect him. My wife, of course, thinking more like, you know, just how a lot of women think. Well, it's all about him and how he acts. Not saying that I'm not taking her words verbatim, but it was more about him. My thing is, as a father and as men, is what we have to teach our boys, right? Is the importance of being social. You can't be a successful man by yourself. You can't. And if people don't want to be around you because of how you move, or because of how you behave, or because of what you choose, or because of what you do, you'll miss out on a lot of opportunities that way. So it's important for us to teach our sons that people matter, how you conduct yourself around people, and also the people that you choose to be around. There's no difference. You see, this is where we got to think about this logically. What's the difference between choosing a woman with a bad behavior? She's walking outside with a missing tooth, bad breath, bonnet on. What's the difference between choosing her, or you choose to hang out with a dude with a ski mask on? Even though you ain't wearing the ski mask, you could be doing what you're doing. But that dude with the ski mask on, obviously now he's a representation of you. So you hanging around him is going to make other people not want to hang around you. It's the same thing when you pick a woman. The type of woman you choose, if she doesn't conduct herself proper in public, meaning that she's always loud, always talking at the top of her lungs, there's never a place where she's not like the ratchet, loud, ghetto one that's making. Men don't want to be around you after that, because it's like, yo, dude, you can't even control your woman. How am I going to do a business deal with you and you can't even talk to your lady? You obviously make bad choices. So she's spot on by saying this. Let's continue.
Women, he wants you to just walk out and be a woman of class. And wise and graceful, and not like a wild beast. And so when he's asking certain things from you, it's because he wants to be respected, not just by you, but by other people too. He wants other men to look at him and say, your house is in order. I can tell.
Right.
And I can.
It means a lot. It means a lot to men. I don't know about y'all. I know my chat though, right? I know my chat. All y'all feel the same way I feel. Y'all feel as if you want to be respected by other men in this world. It's super important. This is what happens. And then what happens is when you got these overly emotional men, when they can't get respect for other men, they get violent. They can't get respect. I can't get you to respect me in this way because of my bad choices, because of the lady that I'm with. So instead of me getting to respect you like that, guess what? I'm going to get violent. We got to fight. I'll go to jail because I'm not thinking with my logical brain. That's what I'm saying. Effeminate males. Exactly. Exactly. So that's the problem, why it's so important that you choose a wife, a woman that has class, that has virtue, that believes in something bigger than her, the family unit, right? She believes that if I embarrass my man, this could be his whole reputation. So I can't go outside with my bonnet on and my breath smelling like ass. I can't do it. I can't do it because I reflect him. I want my wife to look better than me, but classy, right? I could look good as a man. We all know, don't nobody give a damn about what a man look like. Don't nobody worry about the suits we have on. So long as it's clean, we good to go. But your wife is always going to be the center of the show. And other men come up to you. I can tell you, I've been so many places, and the way my wife carries herself, so many other men come up to me and be like, yo, son, yeah, you the man. And they could just tell that my house is in order, that my house is clean, that I get respect from my wife. Even when me and my wife go through it, there's times where I might feel disrespected, but in hindsight, my wife respects me overall as the man in this house. So that's what I'm saying. It's so important, fellas, to pay attention to the women that you pick, or you won't rise higher than her. Trust me when I tell you, business deals, forget about it.
Tell your masculine man because she is clearly submissive and she clearly cares about how she resembles you when she walks out the door. That is top tier, showing your man that you respect him, and he will feel very loved by you.
Sister is on point. The sister is on point. You know what I'm saying? The sister is on point. I can't speak that enough. I love it. I love to see, and this is why I say, when people be like, oh, there's no good women out there, that's because y'all are not listening and talking to the right women. You gotta vet these women. Amir with the $4.99 super chat rounded up to $5. My guy says, peace and best in family. He says, I pray you all have a blessed and safe weekend. Shout out to you, and I pray that you do the same, my guy. So stay tuned. The reunion will be dropping soon for Meet to Marry. So stay tapped in. So yeah, it's really all about that. It's all about asking the right questions. And if she's not for you, let her fly, son. Let her go. There's no reason to look at it like it's all bad because you talk to a few bad ones. You know what I'm saying? It's just hello, yo. World class. On the flip side, the sister hoodlums have made it very easy for real women to separate themselves. Yes, I agree. The only thing that I would tell women that are not like that don't carry themselves like that, you see, like this young lady, not like that. Y'all sort of like the young lady that I talked to on Tuesday night, right? Monique. Monique is not like that. I could tell you, Monique is not going to have a problem finding a man. She is not. Probably in another year, she'll be a married woman. Probably in another year, Monique will be a married woman. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Guarantee you. Because of her mindset, not all women think like those hood women. The problem is those hood women tend to be the loudest ones. And unfortunately, those hood women tend to be more aggressive. They tend to dress more sexual, something that's going to attract more men. So a lot of men tend to go for them because we're focused more on how they look and not what's upstairs. So we tend to get with those type of women, then complain about them. That's what we got to stop doing. There's women like this young lady on the screen. There's a lot of women that I've been meeting lately, especially in doing Meet to Marry and doing these shows. Now, I met some boogers doing Meet to Marry as well. Not going to hold you. I had like 5 of them that came to the set the other day, and I had to kick them out. I was like, yo, we're not doing this. We are not doing this ghetto stuff. They was trying to turn Meet to Marry into an episode of Baddies. Not doing it. I refuse to degrade and bring down the integrity of my show in order to accommodate attention and views. Because I could have easily, I'm telling you right now, I could have easily put those women on the show. Easily put those women on the show. Would I have got views, ratings? Yeah, because they are the baddies, the GMT edition. Oh man, baddies meet to Mary edition. That's crazy. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could have easily put those women on the show and I would have got views. I know I would have got views. Because guess what? I'm only saying that because one of the women that was there, she was actually on the baddie show on Zeus Network. And she was fighting everybody on baddies. But unfortunately, that's who they put the plaster of black women. So they look like that's how black women are. Then they put a damn statue in New York of this big woman with her hands on her hip, looking like she got a whole attitude, and there we are. So if I watch baddies, if I happen to be scrolling and I seen baddies, then I happen to see that statue in New York, and I ain't no black Americans, I'm gonna think this is black Americans. This is them. You know what I'm saying? You would have hosted it. The GMT Safari Show, hosted by Wall Street, the animal. It's crazy. That's crazy. And yo, I'm trying to tell you, like, I would have easily did that. But let me ask y'all a question. How many shows that you know that's running right now will do whatever for the attention and say the hell with the integrity? A lot of shows would have did that. But I'm trying to think who in the chat was there. Actually, Amir was there. That was on his episode when the baddies came in, and Amir was in the back, so he didn't get to see them, but he heard them. And they was wilding. They was wilding. They was in there drunk. They came in there wilding, yo. And I had to get them out. And then when I kicked them out, I locked the door. I was like, yo, I don't want no problems, kid. Call me whatever you want to call me. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't want no problems. I believe that my show will naturally grow authentically because it has a lot of intentionality behind it, which is a refreshing take from what my audience is saying that's actually watching the show. Even when other reviewers, I meant to tell y'all, MTR, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, me and him had a conversation through DM the other day. He's going to start reviewing Meet to Marry as well. So the show is going to naturally grow. It's going to naturally grow. I don't have to worry about having the ghetto stuff as a means to making the show pop. It's going to naturally grow. So there's that. There's that, right? So let's get into the main event. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the ladies are on point with their IG channels. That's another thing too. It's kind of hard to vet that, man. Sometimes, like, you could go to people's IGs and people show you what they want to show you. They show you what they want to show you. So it's very difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult. But, at most I could do is how we, focus on how we edit, make sure things are clean, make sure that the visual aspect of it stays good, and that you guys as an audience constantly sees growth and improvement, right? And then we go from there. And that's how the success of the show. That's how it grows, right? So, all right, y'all. Let's get into debauchery. Is Kendra G done? Is she done, y'all? Let's talk about it, because Kendra, her show, I watched a few episodes. This one I put on right now, I watched some of it. I watched the clip on IG, but I didn't watch it on her channel, so I don't know the whole thing. But, yeah. Yo, by the way, this is Kit, y'all. What up, Kit? I miss you. We haven't talked. It's been 2 weeks since we did open conversation. It's been 2 weeks. But shout out to Kitty Kit. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get on to some Kendra G and the foolishness. All right, let me share my screen. It says, brace yourself. Brace yourself, former porn star. Corn star, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Currently celibate, right? Currently celibate. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. All right, y'all. Let's get into it.
Wait, do you have on clothes? Wait, what you got going on? You got on clothes?
Should I change my shirt?
Well, are you trying to be a guest? Wait, if you have on a shirt, no, you good if that's a shirt.
Okay, I could change it. Okay. How are you doing?
Good.
I like the way you handle him because...
So, fellas, remember I talked about the woman missing tooth earlier? Would you go somewhere with that? Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it.
I used to be a dancer, and I'm a little nervous because I never talk live, but I've been watching you for a while. And I like how you handle him because I used to be a dancer, and I know a lot of guys like him. They're very bitter because he's called the trick. And he's mad because he can never get a woman like me to genuinely love him. We would actually be with him just for money. So that's why he's in his feelings. And he probably got an ED problem. That's what it's giving.
Always disrespect.
We can't confirm all that.
Always disrespect. Look. Yeah. What's going on, man? First of all, why would you get on live knowing you got a whole chipped tooth? What is what's happening? And she's sporting it like it's part of the package. What's going on? All right, y'all. Let's keep going.
Don't mind my tooth, though. This happened because I was drinking the Corona.
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
Go get the Kendra G
enough
app.
for him. What's your name?
Well, he should have, if he really was looking for love, first of all, if he really felt some type of way, he shouldn't have been watching your show. So obviously, he was interested. I think he should have opened his heart because he wasn't a bad-looking guy. I think people would have been interested in him if he would have put his, ego down and just been himself. But looking at comments is not going to make people feel comfortable to want to approach you like that,
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, what's your name, honey? Let's talk about
My name is Ariel, the Golden Child.
Your name is what?
Ariel, the Golden Child.
The Golden
Ariel,
Child.
the Golden Child.
Yes, I'm 35. I live in Atlanta. I'm from New York.
Okay.
She older
And
than
you're a
35,
dancer?
y'all. She older than 35. I don't care. She looked like she's in her 40s. I don't care what y'all say. And the same way she said she chipped her tooth, she drinking another bottle, she probably gonna chip the other tooth. Look how hard she drinking that. That's crazy.
I used to dance. I actually own a massage business. That's why I was laughing at the guy.
Oh, maybe he's visited your place before.
Exactly.
I don't know. Okay, well, either way. So what? So you own a massage place?
I own a massage business.
What kind
I do
of massages?
facials, pedicures, manicures, eyelashes.
Okay.
And I do Airbnb too. That's my other job.
You do Airbnb too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
I stopped dancing in 2017. So
Say it again, baby girl.
I retired. I know I sound funny because of my tooth.
Yeah, what happened to your tooth? Now you know they're gonna talk
Let's
about
talk
the
about
tooth.
it.
I know they are. So let me tell you what happened. So last Friday, it was my best friend's birthday. And we went to this place called 6 Feet Under. It's right downtown where I live at in Atlanta. And I was drinking, this guy was buying shots, and I don't drink liquor like that. I'm a wine girl, as you can see. And he bought us a bunch of shots, and then I ended up drinking Corona, and I was kind of drunk. So you know how you try to throw it back? I hit my tooth.
Oh, this just happened.
Whoa. Hold up.
You know how you try to throw it back? I hit my tooth.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this real quick. We gotta address the foolishness. Why on earth would you get on to a show live, right? Live. You couldn't wait until you got your tooth fixed. You couldn't wait. Hold up. My guys in the building, marriage, politics, and sports. What up, what up, what up? It's been a while. That's all pain. Shout out, and salute to you. Yeah. You couldn't wait. So then now you on Kendra G. How much views she got? Let me see how many people viewed this. Hold up.
Oh, this just happened.
18,000 people viewed this episode. And you on here looking crazy. Yo, y'all got no home. You see, this is what I was talking about when I'm like, yo, we got to vet these women, right? Some guys, now let's keep it a buck. It might be some guys in my chat. Y'all might take this out on a date because she got a nice body. Let's keep it real. Let's call a spade a spade. Some of y'all, not all, some of y'all, fellas, might still take her out because, yo, son, she got them titties. Son, look at that ass. Let's keep it real. Some of y'all will still take her out. The problem is who's vetting her? I don't know, world class. World class me. But guess what? No, let me not say that. World class me, he after all the beautiful women on my channel. I am not mad at world class. World class, he ain't no simp. And he not going to simp for whatever. World class be hollering at all, because I have a lot of beautiful women that come on this side. World class be like, yo, who that? And the moment I see the hard eyes, I'm like, yup, he ready. He ready. Candace is in the building. What up? The legacy maker. Shout out to you. All right, let's keep going.
What happened?
Yeah, this happened like a couple days ago. It's getting fixed on Monday.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't wait?
All right, so she's getting her tooth fixed on Monday. But you...
So a few more days, she could have called back after the tooth got fixed. But no, you choose to come on to Kendra G, have 18,000 plus people watch you with a chipped tooth. Ridiculous. And she's in a bra. Is that a bra? That gotta be a bra. Kit, what is that she got on? Help me understand, Kit. Is that a bra? What is that? Or is it like one of those shirts that cut very low? I don't know, but it looks like a bra. It's crazy.
Girl, you probably should have waited till Monday, but we could go right now.
I should have. But you know what? If you don't love me at my worst, then you can't love me at my best.
Okay, well, let's do it. We got Ariel. Stop moving, honey. It's Ariel?
Okay. Yeah, Ariel.
Ariel Golden 30. Say what?
Yeah, Ariel, the Golden Child.
Oh, you want me to call you Ariel, the Golden Child?
Yeah, only because that's my Instagram. So, like,
said no one cares about
Instagram. You have to have a profile.
Yeah,
you gotta have a profile on a dating app.
Okay, Ari.
Okay, so Ari, Atlanta massage. Do you have any? You own a massage place. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have a 13-year-old daughter.
Okay, have you ever been married?
Yes.
Yes.
See,
okay.
You see.
So
she was a corn star, and she was still married, fellas. She's married, and obviously she's divorced. But come on. This is what we talking about. I just talk about this. Fellas, y'all be wilding. Y'all don't talk to these women. Y'all don't really get to know who they are. Guarantee you, she probably got some money about that dude she married, and she bounced. I agree, Kit. A lot of them are married, but a lot of them don't stay married. That's the problem. They get married. The real them comes out. The guy can't take it, or she definitely celebrates divorce parties, and boom, got the guy for all his bread. And that's because fellas be out here wilding.
And when did you get divorced?
I got divorced in 2020.
2020. Okay.
Like December 2020. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hold up. Natasha is in the building. Shout out to you. Hitting the like button, saying hi GMT, and throwing a hug to world class. What up, Natasha? She is in the building. All right, y'all.
Why'd you get divorced?
It just didn't work out. We got married like 2 weeks after meeting because I'm very spontaneous.
You're very what, honey?
I'm very spontaneous. I'm like a hopeless romantic.
Okay.
So we got married like 2 weeks after we met in Miami on South Beach.
Okay. All right. And so we got you're 35, Ari, Atlanta, owns a massage place, mom to a 13-year-old, was once married. What's your zodiac sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, honey, you gotta stop moving, girl. You gotta get situated and stop moving.
Sorry.
Okay. So stay right here. Don't move anymore.
Okay.
All right. Now let's do it. Aries, Atlanta, Sagittarius, 35, owns a massage parlor place. Moms to a 13-year-old, is divorced.
Forget you do
What kind of man are
Airbnbs
you
too.
looking for?
I'm looking for a man who's, or a woman, because I'm open. But I'm looking for somebody who's at least 30 years old that believes in God. You don't have to have like a specific religion, but I want you to have.
Yo, Natasha, so check it, right? She was drinking a Corona, and when she put the bottle all the way back, and the bottle ended up hitting her tooth, and it chipped. I don't know what kind of enamel she got, but obviously it's made of freaking cotton, because what? She got that styrofoam enamel. How your tooth just chipped just like that off of drinking the bottle? How? And then you got the nerve to come onto a show that thousands of people watch. She took a bite out of crime and it bit back. Stupid. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Have a foundation with God. And I like people that are really honest, even if it hurts my feelings. And I like people that are transparent. I want to know exactly what you want. Let's not waste each other's time. What do you expect from me? Where do we go from here? That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers is guys with more than 3 baby mothers. My deal breakers is a guy who's bisexual and not being honest about that. Because, in Atlanta, you know how it is. And then my other deal breaker is like bad hygiene. I don't like, even though I know my tooth looks like this, I pretty much have beautiful teeth if you go on my page or whatever. But I like guys to have good.
I'm sure your breath don't stink.
Hygiene, honest, and truthful about their sexuality. And I don't like multiple baby mama drama and all that crazy stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Should he look a certain way?
Nah, I'm not. I dated all type of guys.
Ladies, that's a life lesson right there. That's a life lesson. Ladies are better drinking out of straw than a glass. But that's class, right? Bring your lady out. It looks crazy when she's sitting there chugging a freaking Corona or a Heineken like a dude, out here looking like a Mexican for real. Chill. Grab a straw, sit down, cross your damn legs, and sip on your drink. It's way more classier. Way more classier. Thank you, Natasha.
God. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer non-white men, but I don't mind biracial. But I don't really see myself with like a white man.
No white man.
Yeah, not
okay.
I mean, I'm open to it, but I never dated a white man.
Okay, never dated a white man.
Yeah.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No. As long as he can take care of himself and he don't ask me for nothing and he got his own house and car, then I'm good with that.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. What I gotta show? Just
she go right to the right to the ass, yo. Yo.
Okay.
All you gotta do is put the camera down and step back. Right to the ass.
Harry, when was your last relationship?
My last, actually, I know it's bad, but my last relationship was this guy named AG.
Oh my God.
I have multiple properties because I do Airbnb and I got this apartment downtown.
Just when you think it can't get worse, it always gets worse. It never gets better for these people. You're going to get a guy tattooed on you, yet you're on Kendra G looking for somebody else. What? It just never gets better. Kendra G is done. I don't know, like people signing up to be on her app, people signing up to be on her show. Y'all really out here looking for somebody for real, for real? How could, look at what I do on Meet to Marry. A woman like that, I honestly wouldn't even entertain her. I know I entertained Dan in season 1, episode 6. Was it episode 6? Yeah, episode 6. Dan was a little wild card. But I'm not going to have somebody coming on here like this. Tattoos of another dude's name, talk about I'm trying to meet to marry. Could you get me a husband? Could be white, could be a man, it could be a woman. It could be non-binary. Just make it whatever. As long as it has a pulse, I'll take it. What? Y'all listen, y'all be out here tripping.
Town. It's really nice, but this is one of my Airbnb properties. I moved down here for him, but we broke up in February. But it been on and off, like rocky for like a year. But we finally ended it like I would say like February 28th was the last time I was active sexually as well. Okay. So this is the first time I'm actually not having any intimacy.
Okay. So how long have you been celibate for?
Since February 28th.
Of this year?
Mm-hmm. You just started.
3 months?
Yeah. And this is I know it sounds funny. This is the longest I've been. Like, I used to do adult movies back in the day.
So this is the longest you've been since you was 18,
that's
19?
The only hurdle I have. I know, because I know they probably know who I am because I used to be Eve Madison. But that's one of the hurdles I have as a woman that's trying to date, because a lot of guys, they can't get past my past. You know what I mean? And I was only 18. I did it for 6 months. But when I used to live in LA, and guys can't get past that.
No, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't. You obviously make bad decisions. You're walking around with a chipped tooth because you're not even ladylike enough to drink out of a straw. You out here on Kendra G with the chipped tooth, breast out. You're still making bad decisions. You run a massage parlor, right? We all know for the right price what type of massage you're going to get. We all know. We all know. I'm trying to keep it a family show, y'all. This is a family show. But we all know for the right price, the type of massage you are getting on that bed. So let's keep it real. You still make bad choices. So should a guy forgive the fact that you did corn back in the day? This is why your past matters. Ladies, I'm sorry. It is an unfortunate truth. Your past matters. We care. We never not gonna care. The soft tissue kind. Yo. That's what I'm saying. We always gonna care. So yeah, that's why guys you meet today still won't forgive you for your past. And then I wish, instead of Kendra G like entertaining this foolishness, she would have stopped her right there and then looked at the camera and said, ladies, you see, this is why men care. If your outcome is to be in a relationship in life, now if you just want to be single and free and do whatever you want to do, fine. Who cares what men think, right? But if your outcome is family, relationships, you want a husband, you want something, you want connection, the only person that's going to forgive you for a promiscuous past is a woman. Men don't do that. It's not in our nature to be with a woman and mad guys is like, yo, son, I remember your wife, son. She get busy. I done had some long nights with your wife. It was just me, her, some tissue. Crazy. The DVDs. Don't act like y'all don't know about DVDs. All right, y'all. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the truth, because you could just Google me on Pornhub, but I hate that,
You hate it?
Okay.
Because I'm not that girl no more. I'm a sophisticated
who you was.
woman. I cook, I clean, I pay my own bills. I mean, honestly, I could take care of a man if I really wanted to, or a woman. But I just really want companionship, and I want somebody who's honest and wants to build with me. I want a partner.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry.
So you're looking for a man or a woman tonight?
Yeah, I'm open.
And all pain, that you are right about that. There's always a dude that will accept her. Right? It may not be the one she wants, but then again, she is on a dating show. So you're 100% right, all pain. It'll never be the guy she wants that'll accept that kind of pass. But it'll always be the simp, the guy that'll take any type of bad behavior. She'll take him for all of his money, and then guess what? Divorce him too. And the cycle goes on. Where's the juices in the building? Salute. Shout out to, she about that poly. She need to be.
And I'm sexually fluid.
You're sexually
and you're beautiful, by the way, gorgeous.
Oh no, I'm
no. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm just saying you're gorgeous. You're the type of girl like you're professional. You're ambitious. You got your platform. I love that, and that's the type of woman I would be interested in if I made that exception. I want somebody on my level. If I date a woman.
Kendra will take it.
I take it as a compliment, but me personally, I only deal with men.
Okay.
But I don't swing that way. But I got your girlfriend. All right. Should the guy make a certain amount of money?
No, but like I said, I mean, I don't want him to be broke, but he at least has to have his own place. Can't live with his mom or dad, and at least have his own car.
To have his own car. Okay. We did a Kendra Kim. So your last relationship, okay. We did sex. 3 flaws you have to work on. But wait, real quick, this is what I want to ask you. Are you celibate? What are you celibate? What's the goal?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, right before I called you, I'm not trying to move too much, but I was going to make you laugh. This is my boyfriend right now. But honestly, I've been celibate. But does this count? I mean, I don't know. But, yes. Because the thing is with me, I need to be connected to you.
I came to a realization. I was having a conversation with a woman the other day, and she was like, yo, men would sleep with anything. Men would do whatever. They don't care. Men would put whatever's in the wall. Yeah, we would. But guess what, though? We at least know there's a woman behind the wall, right? But we hoping. We talking about straight men, right? We at least know there's a woman behind the wall. This woman is on a show showing off a rose. Why? There was no reason to doing that. There was no reason for her to do that. You see, I didn't watch this whole thing through. If I would have known, I probably would have skipped past that part. And I hope YouTube don't give me a hit for that. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. We got my sister in the building. The Wife School Podcast. Salute. Shout out to you. That's what I'm saying. It shows you these women are out here sleeping with whatever. Anything. The price of plastic probably rose since the birth of plastic sex toys. Before they used to be wood. Then they invented it through plastic. And here goes the stock of plastic going sky high. Because these women are more lonely than anything. They out here wilding. You can't even control yourself. What was the point of even saying that? You are not celibate if you're sitting there pleasing yourself with something that makes you go numb. You know what I'm saying? Elmira is in the building. What up? Do me a favor, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out her channel. What's good? All right, y'all.
Keep going. Mentally before I can open my body, because a lot of sex in my life been transactional. You know, being a dancer, doing porn, it kind of makes you a robot. So you need something deeper. I dated millionaires, celebrities, athletes, all type of people. But I noticed that the most happiest I've been is with people who didn't have much, but they had time and effort and, you know, like taking that time to really get to know me. And like, it was like they fucked my mind first before my body. And I think that's where I'm at.
You a lot, Aries.
Now,
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about this. I know the definition, obviously, between the two, but when you go through this is from my understanding, right, of a celibacy journey. That means you're trying to get the thought process out of your mind. If you're consistently doing things to overstimulate yourself, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. So you're not keeping it real on what your path or journey is. If you're constantly doing things to stimulate yourself. If I said I was going to abstain from, I don't know, some type of food, then I need to make sure I'm nowhere near it. I can't say I want to stay away from burgers, but every day I'm going to go hang out at McDonald's. That means I'm not serious about my path. And guess what? I'm going to give in with the right person, with the right whatever. I'm going to give in. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people just be talking, but there's no realistic actions to what they do and how they move. Saying. Just saying.
It's at home. Blame it on Sutter.
Oh, you've been drinking too?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's why I got y'all all in a different.
You know, everybody's
that
nervous
too
to
for
be
driving me crazy.
on the TV, like that's a lot to deal with. You know, kind of nervous.
So you gave me your 3 flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm genuine.
Right.
I feel like I'm patient. And also I think I'm not like the regular woman who like the minute you make a mistake, like my ex cheated on me, but the way he broke it down, it was like more emotional before it got physical. I understood where I lacked that, where he had to go outside of me to get that love, because I was in life insurance school and I was focused on that, and I wasn't giving him the attention he needed, you know. So I understand. So I think that's what makes me different. I'm not so quick to just walk away when you make a mistake.
Okay. Real quick, you don't have a salary requirement, or do you? You said you didn't have one.
I mean, I don't, but like, I mean, you know, like at least, because I'm bringing in 6 figures a year. So, I mean, I need, and I'm working
doing the massages,
right now. I'm opening up a beauty bar downtown Atlanta.
Yo, massages, especially the ones that end in a white towel, it could bring in a lot of money, y'all. It could bring in a lot of money. Just saying.
I just want somebody that kind of could bring, like, if you can't bring finances, bring support, like mental support. I don't want to be in competition with the guy that I'm with. I feel like somebody like, what's that guy's name that you were going back and forth with?
I've gone back and forth with a couple of men.
Well, the one that you just hung up with. What's his name?
Oh, Terrence.
Okay, Terrence. I feel like somebody like him. I feel like he would be somebody that would be in competition with me, because I think he would be threatened. Even though he's making it seem like he would want a woman that has just as much or maybe more than him, I don't think he can handle that. I don't think his ego and his narcissistic tendencies would handle that, because a lot of men that I've dated, even this guy that I was with, I upgraded him and I felt like we was always in competition. And once he got
she keeps showing that tattoo,
like, bye, like you would.
She still like that guy. She proud of that tattoo on her chest. She quick to be like the guy that I was with. Why you get this man name tattooed on you, man? You know what I'm saying? Why? Myra said, what's crazy, sorry. Some people have misconceptions about marriage therapists. I own a reputable and healing massage business for 14 years now. Yeah, you see, reputable. Reputable is the key. I highly doubt that this lady that we're looking at right now started her massage business doing it, you know, reputable. That she actually went, filed the proper paperwork, that she went and got her license to be a massage therapist, because we all know to do that stuff, you gotta be certified. There's a lot that has to go into even owning, making sure your place is sanitary, right? So you gotta because I remember my wife was gonna do makeup. She was gonna do this thing called microblading. I don't know if fellas, y'all probably don't know what microblading is. And I barely know what microblading is. But I remember she was gonna do microblading, and we had found a spot. There was so much things that we had to go through in order to start that business. It was like, y'all gotta have a certain amount of the floors had to be like, we couldn't have carpet. So in order to do it, you had to have wood floors. Then on top of your wood floors, you had to make sure that there was a sink. Like, you had to have running water in the room. There was so much to do these things. Some people just think you could just call yourself whatever and that's it. A lot of these people that quote unquote business owners, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these quote unquote business owners, they don't do any of that. They just start a business, call themselves something. They throw some baby oil on their hands, and they're like, all right, who wants a massage? Who wants a massage? I'm good. I'll give it out for the low price of $150 for an hour. All right, y'all. Let's keep going.
You were dealing with all these girls that like work at like Hooters and like dancers picking up dollars on the floor. Like, I'm not looking down on it because I used to do it, but you know what I mean? Like, it was like going backwards because I guess he felt like I surpassed him. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair. And listen, Terrence is not here to speak for himself, but
I wish he was.
I don't think you're the type of woman he was looking for.
Yeah.
Yes, I think y'all want two different things. I don't think you were the request. Not respectfully so. Respectfully.
No, I get it.
But and listen, he wasn't my favorite cup of tea. But I'm the kind of person I can hear and agree with certain things
that he said.
The thing I disagree with is I just feel like men try to put all women in all different categories, and you just like you can't weigh men the same, you really can't weigh women the same. And you know, I hear this all the time, which I don't get. Kendra, why aren't you married? This is not the married show. It's the single show.
Exactly.
So I don't even understand.
So Kendra don't understand why people are asking her, why isn't she married? And first of all, what is that? She got a singles game? Like, what is that she got on here? Hold up. It says who? What? Hold up. Let me rewind that real quick.
This is not the married show. I hear this all the time, which I don't get. Kendra, why aren't you married? This is not the married show.
Hold on, what
it's
it
a
say?
Single show.
Is that a game? It's a card game. Oh, Kendra got a card game. Shout out to you.
Exactly.
So I don't even understand.
But Kendra doesn't understand is like why people are questioning her is because, the same way they question Kevin Samuels. It's no different, right? How many people got on Kevin Samuels for saying the advice he was given, even though he was married twice, right? But they still were saying that he wasn't reputable to be giving out the information that he was giving out because he wasn't currently married. So, Kendra, you're going to get the same type of backlash, unfortunately, from people because people are going to say, yo, who are you to be? Because you're not only just saying, hey, porn star, meet businessman that owns Bank of America, and I'm going to put you two together and get married and get happy. You're not just doing that. You are giving people advice on how to get married. So people are going to question, who are you? It only makes sense. It only makes sense. People going to question. I could not do meet to marry if I wasn't married. That's dumb. People be looking at me crazy. Like, yo, why don't you get married, son? Why don't you join your own show and you hook yourself up with a woman? Make sense? Our girl, Queen Lala, is in the building. Shout out to you, my sister. Good to see you over here. But think about it, though. So that's why it's always going to happen. Like, you can't just, people are always going to look for your reputation when the moment you start giving that advice. I wouldn't take advice from somebody I would take advice from somebody that, let's say he was a millionaire and he lost millions. I'll still take his advice on how to get there. It only makes sense. Shout out to the Wife School Podcast for gifting 5 new memberships. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor and let's thank our Girl Wife School Podcast. I really appreciate you. Because, so what I'm doing, I'm still giving out we're still going to do giveaways on this channel as well. And what we're doing also, we're giving it away, the membership, we're giving away, doing giveaways for people that are members. We also are going to have like different meetups and stuff like that for our channel members as the show Meet to Marry continues to grow. So make sure you guys hold on to your channel memberships and continue to rock out with us. Thank you so much, Wife School Podcast. Always appreciate you. Much love as always. We love you. I love you over here. Trust me. You're part of the fam. I appreciate you. For real. So, I feel so grateful. That just warmed my heart right there. Thank you. So, all right, y'all. Let's keep going.
Do y'all know that the show is called Kendra G Singles? It's not called Kendra G Married.
Exactly.
So I don't even understand what do y'all think? Y'all have a loophole in that manner. And then something else he said when he brought up the Halle Berry situation. She's not married for the reasons I said, because it doesn't make. She's been married and
she had to
money.
pay the guy a bunch of money. So why would
exactly? And this is just like with men. It can happen to women when you have a certain amount of assets. A lot of women who have done extremely well financially have been married, and then when things got divorced, their man got half of their money, just like it happens to men. So just like it doesn't make sense with men with a lot of assets and a lot of money to get married, men can't translate that as a fact for women that are also in that same position. But I rest my case.
No. And to a degree, I agree with her, right? But think about this, though. Think about what she's saying right there. The biggest problem is a lot of women want to be married. Maybe not the Oprahs of the world, right? But a lot of women want to be married. Kendra G was just talking about being a married woman not too long ago. And I remember this is when I primarily reviewed a lot of her stuff. She used to say she wanted to be a wife. She had assets, she has money. The problem is when you can't find what you want, you got to settle for what you got. So, all right, she was dealing with her last man. Now I don't know her whole situation. But all I know is that you was dealing with somebody not too long ago and it didn't work out. Apparently, you went through the whole scammer thing as well. So then now, here you are talking like, yo, I'm this person and I don't want to get married because. Let's keep it real. Y'all want husbands. That's the problem. It's the difference.
We got some paid questions. You ready?
Yes, that's fine.
All right.
But I just wanted to make one statement to you. I was going to let you know that I think the bad thing about somebody like me, I made that decision when I was 18. I'm 35 now. And the porn thing, that's the biggest regret I have, because you can't erase that off the internet. So you kind of get put in a box. Like a lot of women that have been in the adult business, even if you just been like a music video girl, a magazine girl, you know what I mean? You get put into like a box. So a lot of guys will take it to a certain extent, because I've dated some really great men that like have a lot to offer, but then it was like they couldn't get past their friend's opinion. And mind you, these are videos I did when I was 18. I'm 35. You know?
Well, unfortunately, that is going to be a reality, girl. Forever. Just like if a man did time and now he's out and he's a whole new person. That is going to be a scar that some women just can't get past.
Especially for what the fellow went to jail for. Men have to bear, when you choose to do a crime, I don't care if you was 12. The fact that you sat in jail for any amount of time, guess what? I don't even knock women. They look at it like, yo, when you in jail, you come out with a certain personality. You come out with a certain survival instinct about yourself. It's just too rough. So yeah, the younger women might like that. But as women mature, they tend not to want men that are overly rough, overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hold up. He said that tooth is giving me anxiety. The tooth is giving me anxiety. Yo, you stupid. Oh man. All right. It's crazy. There's something else I wanted to play real quick, right? Another Kendra G. We're gonna get off of this one because this woman's crazy. But there's another one that came across my timeline this morning. And I was like, hold up, man. I talk about this with my people. Because why? Why? All right. Where's she at? There she go. All right. This was kind of wild when I saw it. This one right here. And I watched the whole thing because I was like, wait, what?
Hello, Kendra. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you was going to really like pick me. You know, and I would have put on my wig or something. But what's up, boo?
You know what I didn't realize?
Talk about your body. You don't care?
You know what I didn't realize? Look at the profile picture. Yo, filters are crazy. Filters are, first of all, they're amazing, yo. Shout out to whoever created filters. But then right after you take the filter off, did that come out?
Okay, you know they gotta talk about your body. You don't care?
Yo, I can't. I don't know how y'all fellas be dating these days, yo. It's insane. Yo, the dating market gotta be wild because you will see somebody and they all filtered up. They look good, right? You like, yo, son, who's shorty? You start going through her pictures. You like, yo, I gotta get in her DMs. You might be DMing her for like a good week or two before you actually start video chatting. All of a sudden, you start video chatting and boom, hold up. This comes out. That comes out. I would hang up my phone so fast. I'll be like, oh, I would hang it up like those old, the old phones you just bang on it. Boom, done. She wouldn't even hear a dial tone. That's how fast I'll be hanging up on her. If I had to see that, all right, let me stop.
Huh? No.
Okay.
Because they're going to take me as I am.
They're going to say, okay, what's your name?
Take me as I am.
My name is Tish. I'm from Illinois.
Illinois with no S.
Yeah, Illinois, yeah. Just Illinois, yeah.
Oh, the all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android. How old are you, Tish?
35.
35. What you do for a living?
I'm an escort.
Oh, Lord.
What?
So you get paid to have sex with men?
Correct.
What you calling me for? You already got to pull them in the
No, listen. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, to, you know.
Trying to what?
I just want to, you know, one friend, that's it.
So the men you sleeping with, they can't be your friend?
I mean, they okay. You know, they already occupied. They are married and stuff like that, you know, so.
Married men, you just took an L. All married men just took an L just now. All of us. All of us. We took the biggest L ever. I know Kit. Where's Kit at? Kit is enjoying this because Kit is always the one saying, y'all married men be acting like y'all single. Y'all married men be acting like y'all single. I guess this is what Kit's talking about. It's gotta be what Kit's talking about. Because what? Who is gonna go cheat on their wife? Your wife has to look like. I'm trying to keep this a family show, right? But your wife got to look real crazy in order for you to say, you know what? Maybe they got catfished. Maybe when they was on one of those sites and they found her, right? When they found her, she had that picture. So they was like, oh, all right, shorty bad. Then they pulled up and she opened the door. And it was like, you know what? I already done drove 2 hours to get here. I might as well. Married men, you took an L. You took an L. Let's keep going.
Oh, well, the reality of the escort ward, the men are married. Never thought about it that way.
Exactly. So I'm trying to get out that game and I want a nice friend, you know, and stuff like that.
So you want a man to date you while you're an escort?
I mean, I said if we like get there, I would stop.
So in the friend part, are you guys being intimate?
Why would you?
Oh, you saw me in the
guy that's looking for now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just searching for now. Yeah.
But you're saying friend, but you want this friendship to become something serious, right?
Yeah, you know, eventually, like, you know, we have to see where it's going. You know, I can't just say, oh, I'm going to be in a relationship with you. I have to learn you just as well as he have to learn me.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever had a boyfriend while you've been an escort?
I have, of course, I have 11 kids.
Jesus.
Are you being honest?
I'm being very honest with you. Yeah.
That's 11 lives. When you just like, I don't think people take when a person says they have kids as like, it's just 11 kids. No. These are 11 lives. 11 lives you're dealing with. What? And she looked like she got, her curtain is not an actual curtain. That looks like a sheet, a bed sheet. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but it looks like a bed sheet. This is crazy. Hold on, let's keep going.
How many baby daddies do you have?
I have 2.
Lies.
Okay, so you couldn't be with any of those men?
Lies. Lindsay, what's good?
No, because he's a mess. He was toxic, my first baby daddy.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old. And
your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old.
I'm sorry. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. And I'm gonna make a judgment. Yes, call me what you want to call me. I don't believe that a woman with 11 kids that's an escort literally only has 2 baby daddies. I'm gonna choose not to believe that. Because there's no way. You probably do not know who most of those kids' fathers are. I need to know the ages because I watched it, but I don't think I was fully paying attention because it feels like I'm learning a lot more now. Hold on.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Hold on. What?
A 2-year-old son.
Hold on. Let me
Your
wind
daughter
that
has a
real quick.
2-year-old daughter?
And
your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
What?
A 2-year-old son.
A 2-year-old son.
Yeah.
So
her lifestyle is a direct reflection on her children. I don't even got to ask all the women that's watching me right now. If you had an 11-year-old daughter, I already know if she came home to y'all, she's talking about I'm pregnant. I already know what y'all gonna do. I already know what y'all gonna do. I don't even got to guess. I already know. I'm not even gonna say the words. What? And what's so sad about this thing is, I bet you she threw a baby shower. I bet you she threw a baby shower. I bet you she did. What's happening? Hold up, she from where? She from New York? Is she from New York? Did she say, did I miss that? Am I tripping? That Scary is in the building. My sister, what up? Drop your link, that Scary. Drop your link. Did I miss that? Let's keep going.
Your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had her baby at 12. Correct.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Could you imagine an 11-year-old? Think about an 11-year-old baby. Highway is in the building, my brother. Hold up, he changed his picture. I love the picture, man. Yo, my brother Highway Skitty is in the building. What up? I'm thinking to myself right now, right? How was I don't think I ever met a person that was 11 years old with a pregnant belly. I don't think I ever seen that in my life. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of younger girls pregnant, of course, but I don't think I ever seen a person at 11 with a stomach. To me, that would look insane. I might have to spaz out on the mama if I saw that. I just can't wrap my fingers around how that makes sense.
Yes.
Tish, here's the deal. You're being authentic with me, right?
I'm being very authentic with you.
This is a lot. And you already know this space.
Oh, Kendra's cooked.
So are you ready for the conversation that's going to be had around you?
Yeah, definitely.
How did you feel about your 11-year-old daughter getting pregnant?
I mean, I was extremely, sad, and I brought it to social media, on my other page. It happened at school. And we're doing like not me, but my baby daddy. We're doing the consequences, like, he's trying to sue the school because he felt like, it's, that shouldn't have happened or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm being very authentic.
No. I would feel like I failed as a parent. Forget what the school went through. Everybody's trying to sue somebody. Everybody's always trying to get money out of something. Forget the school. I need to reevaluate what I'm doing as a father and the choice that I made as in putting a baby into a woman like this. For me to even be okay with something like forget the school, forget money, forget trying to get paid. I'm way more focused on, my baby is pregnant at 11. Kendra G, you cooked. I don't even know why you still got a show. This is what I'm saying. Kendra G, her show is getting worse every time I choose to watch it. It's getting worse. How is this even okay? Help me understand.
I mean, I feel like there has to be some type of legal grounds against this.
Exactly, because I mean, but my child, at first she did not want the child. And I forced her to have it because I don't believe in, aborting kids. And yeah.
So how old are your kids? You have an 11-year-old daughter.
No, my
11
daughter's
kids.
14.
I'm sorry, 11 kids. 14-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to go to
all the ages?
Come on, let's talk about something else.
No.
Okay, but this is. Are you familiar with my show?
Look, Kendra, I am not playing on your show. I'm just saying.
I said, are you familiar with my show? This is what I'm asking you are the normal questions I ask everyone. So
you know what? I didn't sing you. I'm not going to be honest with you. I didn't sing you, but I just never really watched your show. I said she's a nice person, so it's a liar. Well, hey. As long as I know the truth. So, thank you. Okay.
Okay. Well, I will say this. So these are the questions I ask everyone, right? And when you say the amount of kids, the next question is how old are they? So you said 14.
Steps.
Okay. You're gonna prolong the inevitable. We gotta get all the ages.
Oh my gosh, you want all my kids' ages? Yes. No, Kendra.
Well, we can end here if you want to.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Okay.
No. We can end the whole live. You have to. I mean, I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But this is
okay. Well, we'll end.
You know what's so crazy? I just had another woman who called me up and didn't want to tell me. She didn't want to tell me the amount of kids. So you told me the amount of kids.
No, I told you my amount of kids.
Right. So now you got to tell the ages, honey.
Why you don't want to tell the ages?
You want me to put? You say I'm lying? Okay, well.
I didn't say you were lying.
I'm talking about the comments. They said if I'm lying, I'm lying. It don't matter.
You're deflecting. You're deflecting. I know I'm a professional journalist. I know when a question is not being answered. So we don't move past this question. So how old are your 11 kids?
They start steps. 14.
Okay, so we can disconnect if you desire. It's your choice, but I have to get all the ages. And I don't want to waste 10 minutes on a question you could just answer very easily.
I just told you start steps.
I don't know. You have to tell me the exact ages.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
Hold up.
So the 1-year-old.
Hold on. Why she didn't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Why she ain't just do that? Why she start all the way from back to your son? Oh my God, you got pregnant every year? Have you? And now you escorting? Now you got it for sale? You should be focusing on a job, maybe like working on a skill that can up your, income, but you laying down with guys and getting pregnant. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. There's no, if she got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old. There's absolutely no way she know who the father is if she's selling it, y'all. You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me. I'm judging. We judge over here. You're not going to tell me that she don't know. You're not. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. There's not 2 men that she had kids with. There's multiple baby daddies. Multiple baby daddies. She don't even know who these kids' fathers are. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't think she's lying. I definitely believe she has 11 kids. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely believe she got 11 kids. I said 7. I'm tripping. But what she said was she only has 2 baby daddies. I highly doubt that. And her life decisions, it's obviously affected her now 14-year-old daughter, which had a child at 11, got pregnant at 11. This is insane, yo. The way some people choose to live, like the choices that some people make, it's beyond my understanding. Y'all know how hard it is to take care of 1 kid. 11? There's no way you could be attentive to 11 kids in 2025. How expensive things are, there's no way. So I'm guessing that's what's forcing her to go sell herself because she can't afford to live. But I guarantee you, even in doing that, she's not making no money. She looked like she probably letting it go for a cool 40. She letting it go for a cool 40. Maybe 50. Yo, kid, I had a question for you. Oh, yeah. I said earlier, because she said that the majority of her clients are married men. And I said, yo, Kit gonna have a field day with this one. Kit is gonna have a field day. I guess you probably need to fast forward. You look like you behind. You look like you behind. You always said that, though. All right, let's keep going.
Yes.
Have you ever been married?
No.
And why are you not with the 1-year-old dad again?
What you talking about with the one with the 10 kids?
Oh, you have 10 kids by one and then 1 kid by one other person?
Yeah, correct.
Good
yeah,
Lord.
Why are you not with the man you have 10 kids with?
Because he is off the chain. I mean, and I don't want that. You know, he put like this. I mean, he made pretty good money and stuff like that. And I actually stayed in one of his houses. But, you know, it's like he the type, he likes to control people, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like he have a whole woman that he stays with. And
the man that has 10 kids, the one you have 10 kids by?
Yeah, I
11.
Help, you know what I'm saying? 11 kids. Just using her to keep my kids.
So Tish, listen, when I sit here, it's my first time ever meeting you. To be assured you're not trying to just troll me right now.
Yo,
like
no,
everything you're saying.
Yo, I want to see the Kendra cam. I forgot. I don't even know. Did she do a Kendra cam on this one? I want to see the Kendra cam. I don't care. Say what y'all want.
So honest with you. Now this time I am being so honest with you. I'm trying to pour my heart out to you. Okay. And if you don't believe me, I mean, you can go read my story if you don't believe me.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
He the type like this, you know, like he a see, you know, he the type, my kids stay with him. And so, you know, a lot of females be like, why you don't have your baby? Why you don't have your kids and this and that? Because, you know, at this point, I stay in his place, you know, one of his places. And so, you know, a lot of people always, you know, get to the point and like, you know, do you have men coming over? No, I respect him. I don't have men coming over. I go to, you know, like the hotels and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying? And I also practice safe sex. I use rubbers. So, you know, but this time the rubber had slipped out and I got pregnant by one of my escorts.
Yup. Oh. You see, there was a lot I wasn't paying attention to. Every time that I try to listen to something to review, I don't really listen to it until I review it. It's crazy. Like I kind of just let it happen, and I'm like doing like 15 things at the same time. So you got pregnant by one of your tricks, for the lack of better words. All right. You got pregnant by a trick that the condom slipped off, but you decided to keep it. That's where I'm bogged out at. You decided to keep it. You didn't know this man. What is he going to do for you? What can he do for you? He probably was a married man. Yo, this story is getting crazy about a minute. Oh my God.
And I thought it was by him. We did the blood test. And, he got to the point, he got very upset in his feelings. And
hold up, y'all. I got to go get a snack. This is crazy.
He started trying to, say he don't want my kids to be around my new baby. And he started making me pay rent.
Okay. So, you never been married, right? You said?
No.
All right. So Tish, Illinois, 35 is escort, mom to 11, kids by 2 men, 10 are by 1 man, and 1 is by an escort. Tish, what kind of man are you looking for?
Why are you even looking for a man?
I told you I'm just looking for now a friend, and if things happen, it just happen. You follow me?
No.
What are your deal breakers?
I don't like liars.
Oh my God. That's a deal breaker?
I don't want nobody who into like drugs or nothing like that.
Why is that a deal breaker? You should have so much more deal breakers. The only deal, I don't like liars. What? You should embrace liars. Because you have a lot more problems than worrying about who's lying to you or not. Jesus.
Like that. That's a deal breaker. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't want my guy to do it neither.
Should he look a certain way?
No, looks don't faze me, but he gotta have coins.
How much money should he make?
6 figures or better or more.
Oh shit.
So more than 6 figures is 7. So you're saying be a millionaire?
Yeah.
Your child, the child of 10's dad was wealthy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm assuming you get child support.
Hold on, let me hear
No, how do I get child support and my kids stay with him?
Oh. So all your kids?
The plot thickens. Okay.
Live with him?
Yeah.
Do any of them live? All you have is the 1-year-old?
Yeah, my 1-year-old girl. Yeah.
So is this a court appointed? Did the court appoint your children to live with him?
No, it wasn't like that. It's just like, the simple fact that, I stay up on his roof. So, what I'm saying, he felt like, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support, but that wasn't even the case, whatever, stuff like that. So he was like, well, you stay, once we had split up like around about 5 years ago. And so he got the, nice big house and stuff like that or whatever, what I'm saying? And I stay here, with my baby. And so he had told me that if I, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support. So he had said, well, just give me my kids and stuff like that so I can take her out. And I said, okay. Until I get to things get better. Or else I can buy me a house.
So you, all right, y'all. All right. Let's break this down logically. All right. You had 10 kids by one guy, right? You decided now to give up your children so you could get a better life for yourself. So obviously, you're not getting child support. You're not getting anything. You should have a kid-free life. Kids are, if she was saying she was selling it because the kids was living with her, that was one reason why I was giving her a little bit of grace. Because I'm like, oh, You got 11 kids to take care of. Kids are mad expensive. There's no way you could afford that. But then to come to find out that your kids is not even living with you and you selling the box, what are you selling it for? Things are not going to get better if you're selling it. Sorry. There's no retirement plan off of that. You don't get a 401k that you could pay into. There's nothing you can do. It's literally probably $40, $50 you're getting per trick. And I can't imagine a bunch of tricks knocking on her door. She might get 1 or 2 a day. 1 or 2 a day. So help me understand, what are you selling it for? Probably she looked like she eat McDonald's all the time, Wendy's, Pizza Hut. What is she selling it for? For food? Get a job. Yo, go mop a floor. This is crazy, y'all.
Let's do the Kendra cam, Tish.
I want to see the Kendra cam.
That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Girl. Oh my gosh. See that? Look, I don't know about none of this, but girl,
you don't have to take your clothes off. You just have to stand up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The point is, I only got on that, and
Well, do you want to go put something on?
Yeah, I'll put some on. So you wouldn't have wait that long for me to do that.
Well, it can't take forever.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean,
what
you want to do? Can I do it another time?
She probably shaped like a pack of Newports. So that's why she's on her like, yo, you really want to see my body? That is crazy. I ain't got time to put the filter on. I can't do nothing. All you gonna see is, as you said, this is a mess. All you gonna see is a mess. So no, I don't want to stand up, Kendra. Don't make me do it, Kendra. Kendra, you embarrassing me, Kendra. What are we? Yo, this world, man. Oh my God. Yo, I feel so bad for our kids because our kids are straight, but our kids are gonna grow up with her kids. There's 11 of them. So the likelihood is, at least everybody that's watching this right now, 1 or 2 of our kids is gonna bump into one of her kids. Guaranteed. She got a whole football team. So I feel bad for the kids. Oh my God.
No, we'll have to end here.
Okay, we can just end it.
I'll disconnect you. What you want to do, Tish?
Kendra, you sound like you're a very nice person, and I respect you, and I will be still watching your shows.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you, love.
Kendra's done.
All right.
She done. Hold up. Let me see what she's talking about.
I don't got nothing left. Tish wore me the hell out. Tish wore me the hell out. Okay? I almost wanted her to be trolling. I literally wanted her to be lying to me. I wanted her to say, psych. I was hoping she was going to say, psych, April Fools. I know we're in May. Shit, make a move a date. April Fools. May Fools. Thought she was going to say, Happy Hanukkah, like something, anything. I was waiting for her to say it was all a lie. She ain't never say it was a lie. I can't talk to nobody else tonight. Child, after that, who you want me to interview after having all that conversation? How the hell I'm gonna ask somebody else a question after Tish? What you want me to do?
Yo.
Tish. God bless her. God bless her. There's too many layers. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I need a motherfucking smoke. I don't even smoke cigarettes.
World class, you stupid.
I don't even know how to smoke cigarettes. It's an art because the cigarette smokers now to hold on to chew. They use a chew finger. I don't even know how to do it, but I'm about to practice because I need a Newport after Tish in a jack.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I am not gonna hold you. That was stressful. Even for me to review it, that was, you see, this is why I say Kendra's cook. What? How can you? It doesn't feel intentional, right? It doesn't feel like you're trying. It doesn't even feel like Kendra's trying to really help people come together. You know what I'm saying? It really don't feel like she's trying. Because I would have hung the phone up on her a long time ago. A long time ago. It would have been the moment she said, I would have let it slide on 11 kids. But the moment she said that my daughter got pregnant at 11, I'd have been like, yo, Tish, have a nice life. You take care of yourself, Tish. All the best, Godspeed. Not hung up. I would have, I'm telling you, I'm not playing. If you're going to do something, your best bet is doing it where you're going to have longevity. These type of shows are wow factors, right? There's no substance to it. There's no like bottom line to it. It's just, wow, I can't believe I just watched that. It makes you say to yourself, what the hell am I watching? It really do. It makes you say to yourself like, yo, what am I watching? I can't believe I just sat down for 15 minutes of my precious life and watched this. It's crazy. Who's going to go and find her? Or even the other woman with the chipped tooth? Who's going to look for them? What man you know is going to look for them on the Kendra G's dating singles app? He said men with back page accounts. Yo, you brought it back old school, yo. I don't even think back page is a thing anymore, yo. Paul from the Odyssey Show. Oh, man, poor Paul. That's crazy. He said, I used to drive school buses. Believe me, the stories I would hear are wild. It's sad at the time. I could only imagine what you might hear from some of these kids on a school bus because of the environments that their parents are raising them in. The only blessing about this whole thing is that she said that out of 11 kids, 10 of them don't live with her. 10 of them don't live with her. I remember I had a friend, right? Quick story time. I had a friend, and this is not a long story either. So I ain't gonna bore y'all. And he told me that his mother used to sell her box. And he would say that his mom always would try to tell him, yo, go to sleep. Always try to put him in his bedroom. Always give him a reason not to leave the room. And that's just a sad story. And then he would say sometimes he would peek out the door and it was always a different man going into his mom's room. That was extremely sad to hear. But this is what happens. So guess what happened to that same guy that I'm talking about? He's in jail right now. An emotional man, no father figure, no guidance. And what he saw his mother doing played a major part to what made him go to jail. And guess what? He's doing life. He's doing life. So one could only imagine what one could do to get life in jail. But this is what happens when those type of mothers raise kids. And I'm happy. The sad part is that there's still one child left in the household. But I'm happy that out of all the children, only one, because that's 11 lives. those children probably are going to be way better off with the father. Granted, I don't know how a man like that can lay down with a woman like that and have 10 kids with her is insane. But the fact that he did, because some of them kids is probably not his, but the fact that he did, and he chose to take all of them kids and say, y'all coming with me, honorable. Because that's 11 lives to ruin as opposed to just one. Just one. Good Lord. That stressed me out, y'all. That stressed me out. But anyways, I'm in overtime right now. Y'all know how I do. Your boy GMT is lazy. So with that being said, I'm going to end the stream here. But thank y'all so much for watching episode of Grown Men Trash Talking with your boy. Stay tuned for Sunday's episode, which is going to be dope. On top of us coming back on Sunday, we also got an episode of Meet to Marry, the follow-up of Chris and Belinda, dropping this week as well. So stay tuned. We got some real heat for y'all over here. Everything Meet to Marry, everything this channel got going on. Y'all want to make sure y'all are subscribed. You're telling a friend to tell a friend. Make sure they tap in to Grown Men Talking. Once again, y'all, much love, much appreciated. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace. Show my love for you.